Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers Virtual College Fair. We are so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each school will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution with you, but they will be around for the entire session to answer any of your questions. My name is Stephanie, and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, just a couple quick housekeeping items. Quick reminder, your camera and microphone are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use that Q&A button on your screen, though, to type questions to them at any time. This is the last session of this evening, but there is a whole round of sessions tomorrow, so please be sure to check out the schedule on the website. And lastly, this presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Virginia. And I would now like to turn it over to our very first presenter, Temple University, Japan campus.
Thank you, Stephanie. Yes, can you see my screen okay? Yes.
Looks
so hello
great.
Thank you. Yes, so hello from Tokyo, Japan. My name is Ha, admissions counselor from Temple University, Japan campus, called TUJ for short. TUJ is the international branch campus of Temple University main campus in Philadelphia. It is one of the largest public research universities in the US, and it's the largest school in Philly. Yes, and we are branch campus in Tokyo, Japan. And because we're the same school, it's very easy for students to transfer among the campuses. Temple, besides the Tokyo campus, also has the Rome campus in Italy, and students can easily transfer among 3 campuses. For example, they can start at our Japan campus, they can go to Rome campus for 1 or 2 semesters study abroad, or transfer back to the main campus anytime to finish the degree. But most of our students spend all 4 years and graduate from Temple, Japan. We offer 10 majors in liberal arts field. Please look at the screen for the list of majors we offer. The most popular majors are international business studies, communications, art, international affairs, just to name a few. We also offer the 2+2 computer science program, where you do the first 2 years in Tokyo and the last 2 years in Philadelphia to finish a degree. And all classes are in English, so you don't need to know any Japanese to apply. Our campus is located in Tokyo. We were founded in 1982. We have been here for nearly 40 years, but we just moved to this brand new campus more than 2 years ago. So our campus is located in a very central part of Tokyo. It is just a 5-minute train ride away from Shibuya Station. So Shibuya's here and Temple is here. And for those who don't know, Shibuya is like Times Square, New York. It's the most popular district for young people in Tokyo, and it's the most visited spot for tourists when in Japan. And we're just a 5-minute train ride away from there. So if you're really interested in urban campus setting, then I hope you will consider TUJ. Yeah? So why TUJ? Although we located in Tokyo, but the degree and credits you'll be earning will be American degree and American credits. They are exactly the same degree and credits that students in Philadelphia earn. The only difference is that you do it here in Tokyo. And if you're taking AB, IB, or you have any college credits, they're transferable to Temple, which can help you to save time and money. In terms of tuition fee, please look at this chart, which compares TUJ's tuition with the public and private universities in the US. Average tuition fee at TUJ is about $15,000 per year. So it's even cheaper for you to study abroad in Japan with us than going out of states. And also we are American school, so you can use American benefits like financial aid, GI Bill if you have the benefits. You can also use private loans. We offer merit-based scholarships, which are very easy to apply. Yeah. And we're located in Tokyo, and as you know, Tokyo is the biggest in Japan, the most developed in Asia. So there are many opportunities when it comes to part-time jobs, internship, and full-time jobs. Talking about jobs, we have a career development office to help students find jobs in Japan or even back in your home countries. Especially if you move back to the States, you can still use the resources and services offered by the career development office at our main campus in Philadelphia. Yeah, because once you're a Temple student, wherever you are, you can get support. And internship is a distinctive feature of our school. For some majors like business, international affairs, internship is required, and it's credit-bearing internship. You can see the list of companies here that have recruited our students for the internship program. And this is Amani. She's from the US, and she did the internship program at the US Embassy in Tokyo. She really enjoyed this experience because she said it's very helpful. She learned a lot and very helpful for her career prospect. Yeah. Besides, we offer career fairs This is one of the career fairs for English speakers that we co-hosted with the Japanese universities here in Japan. We invite companies to TUJ to recruit our students. So if you're really interested in working in Japan after graduation, our office will help you to find jobs here. And this is Isadora. She's also from the US, and she just graduated last year, and now she's working at Amazon Japan. She's one of the graduates who successfully found jobs in Japan, with the support from TUJ. So next, how to apply. There are two ways to apply. You can either apply directly to TUJ or through Common App. If Common App, please be sure to select the Japan campus because the application process is different from main campus in Philly. And this is the list of documents we require. So we need your application form, your personal statement. In terms of test score, if you're native English speakers, it's optional for you. But if you have taken the test and if you believe that it will complement your application, you should submit the score. And then we require your official transcript and an application fee. After you submit everything, the result will be sent to you within 4 weeks. So it's very straightforward and very simple. Now we'll be guiding you through the application process. So for those who are seniors, the fall 2022 deadlines, the final deadline is coming, which is May 15th. The scholarship deadline already passed, but you can still have time to apply for admissions. But for those who are junior, you just need to add 1 more year to this date here. And please note that this is a deadline of 5 p.m. Japan time, because Japan is at the moment is 13 hours ahead of the East Coast. So please keep that in mind to make sure that you won't miss the deadline. So that's all about TJ and the application process. If you have any questions, feel free to type in the Q&A and I'll be happy to help. Or you can also reach out to us later at this email address listed here, ac@tj.temple.edu. Also, there's a QR code which leads to our website. So thank you so much for listening. I'm wishing you all the best for this academic year. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nathan Kober, and I'm from Kettering University, and I'll be presenting here for a few minutes about our university and some of our programs. But my role is kind of unique at Kettering. I'm an admissions counselor and a co-op manager, and that'll make sense here in a little bit when I go over our academic calendar. But I work with the great state of Virginia, also the Carolinas, and then some other states in the Midwest, mainly Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. So jumping right in, Kettering University is located in Flint, Michigan, and we are a STEM, engineering, and management school. These are the 9 majors that we do offer, and this is the whole list of majors that we offer at Kettering University. The most popular major, about 50% of our students enroll in the mechanical engineering program, and then that's followed closely by electrical and computer engineering, as well as computer science. And then within these 9 degree programs, we do have 30 plus concentrations. So for example, a concentration is kind of like a minor. It's not as many courses as a minor, but you can also minor in any of these 9 degree programs as well. So I don't want it to get lost in the mix there. We do have a school of management, so that's another option outside of engineering along with computer science. This second little graphic is really important to understanding how Kettering is different from what I think every other college that's out there. So we have a school work rotational model for our academic calendar. So our students rotate between 3-month school terms that you see there and also 3-month work terms. And the work terms are referred to as co-op, which stands for cooperative education, and is designed to supplement what you're learning in the classroom in a real world work setting. So you might take an intro to mechanical engineering design course, and then in your co-op immediately apply some of those principles and some of those things that you learned in class. So it's a really neat model. It does begin freshman year, and our students are split into both A and B section. So an A section student would actually be in school right now, January, February, and March, and the B section students are at work. And we're actually getting ready next week to rotate those 2 sections. So in addition to that, Kettering is a small school, only about 1,000 students at any one time. So 2,000 total between the two sections. Something else that's important to note, I reference co-op and cooperative education and throw those terms out there a little bit. The design of this cooperative education model is that it's a recurring experience. So an internship often is a one and done type experience. You get to go there for a few months, work there, and then you're done. And potentially you could pursue a full-time job at that company as well. But our co-op experience is rotating every 3 months. The other benefit is the dollars. You get paid, excuse me, for these co-op work experiences every 3 months. Students usually make $15 to $20 an hour on these co-ops, and then in total make $10,000 to $15,000 for the entire school year. Here's a small sampling of the co-op employers that we work with. There's only 12 graphics here or symbols, logos of companies. We actually have 400 plus employer partners for our students. And if you would like to pursue one close to home, then we work with you on that regard as well. So you can come to Kettering for your school terms and then go back close to home for work. So in regards to the admissions requirements, I don't have them on the slide here, but the average GPA for accepted students is 3.7. Our average ACT score is a 27, and our average SAT is about a 1250. So the thing that we look most closely at is your math curriculum in high school. So we like to see you getting through trigonometry and pre-calculus, and ideally into a calculus course before you graduate from high school. We also like to see chemistry and physics, as well as biology or any other lab science on your high school transcript. Our application deadline is November 15th and then also February 1st. So we have two deadlines, but you can apply in the Common App or the Kettering application. Something that's unique about Kettering, in our dining hall, or not our dining hall, our residence hall, it's called Thompson Hall. All of our dorm rooms are actually single rooms, which is kind of unique. We do only have one dorm on campus. We have some apartment living and Greek life as well. But our freshmen all live in Thompson Hall, which is the photo you see highlighted on the slide there. In regards to clubs and organizations, athletics, we actually don't have any varsity athletics teams at Kettering due to our 3-month quarters. It's very challenging to fit in an athletic season for those. So highlighted on this slide are the SAE Baja and SAE Formula teams, which stands for Society of Automotive Engineers. Those are a couple of our bigger organizations on campus. Here's a few of the facilities. Our campus is pretty much one square block, two at most, so very accessible and easy to manage. We also have a really awesome robotics center for the community on our campus. So if you're involved in VEX robotics or FIRST robotics, Kettering would be a great place for you to look. One, because we have scholarships for those students, but two, we really find your robotics experiences beneficial to finding success in the co-op and beyond. So a few things in regards to scholarships and financial aid. Our merit scholarship range is $8,000 to $17,000. So I look forward to connecting with many of you in the future. I'm going to turn it over to our next speaker. Thanks so much.
All right, good evening, everyone. I'm super happy to be joining you all today. My name is Sarah. I am one of our admission representatives with Arizona State University. I am based out of Virginia. I am lucky to be in sunny Phoenix right now, though, so I'm super excited to spend the next few minutes with you all. That is my contact info, so I would be your rep throughout this entire process. So ASU is a huge university located in the Phoenix metropolitan area. And I always like to start off these presentations with a couple of accolades that we're pretty proud of. Namely, one that you will probably see plastered all over is that we have been ranked #1 in the US for innovation for the past several years now. So what that means to me is that we are constantly rethinking everything when it comes to ASU. our admission criteria, our scholarships, our programs, our campus structures, just to fit the current student body and what their needs and wants are. We're also ranked number 10 in the US for first year experience, as well as undergraduate education. So that should tell you you're going to come to ASU, love your first year, have a really great education, and then return for the next couple years to then graduate with your degree. We are located in the Metro Phoenix area. If you are unfamiliar, Phoenix is actually the 5th largest city in the country. So it's a huge metropolitan area. And we do have 4 campuses spread throughout Phoenix, which I will get into on the next slide. But Phoenix is a super fun town to spend your college experience in. Like I said, it's a big city, but it is also a beautiful area. And if you're into any sort of outdoor rec, rock climbing, hiking, camping, there is a ton of that nearby. Sedona is just 2 hours north if you want to get a little more wintry throughout the year, but there's a lot to do in the Phoenix area, both on and around campus. So these are our 4 campuses that are located in Phoenix, and the campus that you will study at will be dictated based on your major. So we do this very intentionally for a couple reasons. One, to kind of shrink down the campus size. We are one of the largest universities in the country. So by having these 4 campuses, it just shrinks down that campus community a little bit. This also really intentionally places you, the student, to resources that make sense for your major. For example, all of our journalism students, our health science students are at our downtown Phoenix campus to be really close to those resources. Our Polytechnic campus is actually an old Air Force base. So that is where our professional flight students, those future pilots, will be studying so they can get those flight hours and get that practice on our fleet of planes. So really intentionally placed throughout these campuses. Campus you're probably most familiar with when you think of ASU would be the Tempe campus. That's in the upper right-hand corner there. That's our largest by far, with over 52,000 undergraduate students, and the majority of our degree programs are going to be at the Tempe campus. But overall, we have over 300 undergraduate programs with pretty much anything you can think of except marine biology, because we are in the middle of a desert, so that makes sense why we wouldn't have that. But almost every other academic field is represented at one of our 4 campuses in Phoenix. So let's talk how to become a Sun Devil. We have a process called assured admission at ASU, which means that if you're meeting our admission criteria, you're guaranteed to be admitted into the university. One of the really big things that we look for are on the screen. So the list of courses that you see at the bottom, 4 years of math, English, your lab sciences, your social sciences, those are the kind of courses we're looking at. So if you have completed all 16 of those courses by the time that you graduate high school, and then one of the top 3, so either a 3.0 unweighted GPA, an admissible SAT or ACT test score, or top 25% of your graduating class, just one of those 3 requirements with those 16 classes, you're guaranteed to be admitted into ASU. We are test optional for admission and scholarship purposes, but if you've taken the SAT or if you're planning on taking the ACT, just get us those scores sent in. There are some programs that have slightly higher admission criteria. I'm thinking of like nursing, engineering, our Bachelor's of Science in Business. Those programs might have slightly higher criteria than what is listed here. But if you're meeting any of these, you know you will have a spot at ASU. We accept common application, coalition application, and our own ASU application. It's a really simple process. We're really only looking at the academic information listed on the screen here. No letters of rec, no essays, no list of extracurricular activities. So it's a really straightforward process. Access and accessibility is super important to us at ASU. So we want to try and eliminate as many barriers as we can throughout this process and make it as simple as possible. We are rolling admission as well. So our application typically opens up in the summer and then takes about 4 to 6 weeks to receive an admission decision from that point. And then there are definitely plenty of scholarship opportunities throughout the year as well. So we have a ton of really great visit sessions, both in person and virtual, that you are welcome to hop in on, and I hope that you do. We offer campus tours year round. So we are having really great open house events right now called Sun Devil Days, which is basically a half-day open house event with campus tours and housing tours and academic sessions. We will also have virtual sessions throughout the year as well, everything from general ASU information to information specifically about the academic college you might be interested, to the FAFSA application and how to pay for college and understanding financial aid. So if you go to visit.asu.edu, that will list all of our visit opportunities available for you all. Again, that's my contact information. I am normally based in Virginia, so if you need anything throughout the admission and enrollment process, please let me know. Otherwise, thanks so much for tuning in with us this evening, and good luck on your college search.
All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Andrew Starnes, and I am the Regional Admission Counselor for Illinois Wesleyan University. I live in East Tennessee, so I am based here, work with students from Virginia and the South, so not too far over, and definitely looking forward to getting the chance to share a little bit more about IWU over the next few minutes. Give you a little bit more information of how we're ranked top 10 nationally among all schools and universities for job placement, #1 in the state of Illinois, and also have been called the Hidden Gem School of the Midwest. So we'll dive on in. Illinois Wesleyan University, we are a small, strong liberal arts university located in Bloomington, Illinois. We are about 1,700 undergrads in size, so we are again on the smaller size. 11-to-1 student-teacher ratio, 16 students in the classroom. You're not going to see this at our institution, no lecture hall style seating classes. It's going to be a lot less lecture and more in-depth discussion with our faculty. So those small classroom sizes get a lot of individualized attention. Make sure you get your questions answered thoroughly, and of course have great opportunities for discussion with your peers. That's one of the great things about considering a smaller school. So Illinois Wesleyan's made up of 3 primary areas. You've got our School of Nursing, which now is right at 2 decades of 100% job placement. We have our College of Fine Arts, get a lot of students that are interested in our School of Theater Arts, Arts and Music. Several theater students, musical theater students are accepted and have applied across the state of Virginia. And then, of course, our College of Liberal Arts, which contains the majority of our 80 major minor combinations. We have a lot of ones that you would expect, like our business degrees in accounting, finance. Our pre-med program is incredibly strong with 85% acceptance into med school. And we even have some that you don't expect all the time from a smaller university, like our physics major, environmental studies, international studies, some to make us a little bit more unique on that side, that again, you don't see very often at your smaller school. Now at IWU, we are taking a lot of pride in trying to continue to grow our diversity. So right now we have about 1/3 of our campus population of students of color. We'd like to make sure that we're doing everything we can to be very inclusive for all students of different backgrounds. And we start with that process with our pre-orientation programs. We have special graduation ceremonies. And even for students that are of, first generation, socioeconomic backgrounds, we had about 1/3 of our students, first generation, and also Pell Grant need coming in. So we want to make sure that we want to try to be a welcoming campus for everyone of all backgrounds. Now, our campus life, we do have over 120 campus organizations, big and small. So we have Greek life as well, sororities and fraternities for students that want to rush. We have campus events, theater productions. There's so much going on the campus. And Bloomington itself, for someone that's not as familiar with Illinois, we're about 2.5 hours south of Chicago, and we have about 130,000 residents in the community. So we're a very strong college town. It's definitely not middle of nowhere USA, and it's a smaller town to grow up in, but not too small, and still connected by one of the biggest cities in the world, which is pretty awesome combination. Now, our athletics, we are D3 NCAA. We've got 24 different varsity sports, highly competitive in the CCIW, which is our conference. So we usually tend to do very well in that area and have a lot of post-league play. We also have esports. So for students who see themselves wanting to get the opportunity to get recruited to gaming in college, there are scholarship opportunities potentially there for getting recruited. Now for financial aid, again, I don't want anyone to ever be intimidated by our costs since we are a private institution. We want to make sure we're, again, doing everything we can to make finances not a barrier. So 95% of our students are going to receive some type of financial aid based on GPA and scores. Our averages 3.75 GPA, 26 ACT, 1210 SAT. So if you're at those averages or ideally above, of course, you'll be in good shape for acceptance, but also receiving one of our higher end merit scholarship opportunities. So that's something to kind of keep your eye on if you want to try to make sure you do everything you can to max out the merit side of the scholarships. Now, in terms of the next steps, especially for any juniors that have tuned in, our application will go live in August. We are on the Common App. We are having a couple summer open houses in June and August. So this will be great opportunities to visit. They are summer preview days, so they're designed heavy for rising seniors. Although sophomores, freshmen, they do tend to want to tune in for those as well. So again, everyone is welcome, of course. And when we get your information, we'll be able to turn that around, get you a decision. And of course, if you are admitted, you will get the opportunity to get your scholarship that will be renewable. We do campus visits daily. So my contact information is in the top left. If anyone has any questions directly for me after this presentation, I'll be so glad to help you out. And we certainly hope you'll get a chance to visit, whether it be summer open house, a fall open house, or one of our individual campus visits. We certainly want to make you feel at home and get a chance to show you around the campus and let you see what the experience for Illinois Wesleyan will be like. Again, thank you so much again for tuning in, and I hope you'll enjoy the rest of the presentations.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brianna Clark, and I'm with Western Colorado University, and I'm excited to share with you a little bit about what we have to offer you. First and foremost, our location. Western is located in Gunnison, Colorado, so right in the heart of the beautiful Colorado Rockies. We are quite literally surrounded by Colorado adventure, including hiking, fishing, camping, skiing, snowboarding, you name it, we have it. We're within 45 minutes of 2 world-class ski and snowboarding resorts, and then we're also within 18 miles of Blue Mesa Reservoir, the largest body of water in Colorado. If you yourself have never had an opportunity to try any of those outdoor adventures, absolutely no worries. We have our Wilderness Pursuits office on campus that rents out equipment to students so that you can have the opportunity to try those different things as you're going through. So a beautiful location for students to be able to get an education. Along with providing really great opportunities for our students of outdoor adventure, our location also provides some excellent learning opportunities for students. 80% of the land around us is public land, which means our students can quite literally go out and get their hands dirty, taking water samples, working in our archaeological dig site, as well as working with business, recreation, outdoor education, and all of those amazing things. It's a great resource for us, and we like to call it nature's best classroom or even our outdoor laboratory. Western is a public university, but we are on the smaller side of things with about 3,000 students in our undergrad population. This means that our average class size at Western is about 16 students, but we do promise you will never have a lecture hall with any more than 66 students in it at a given time. This way, our professors can get to know you on a first name basis 2 weeks into your freshman year, and they'll be able to call on you by name as you raise your hand to ask questions. They are also going to know that you're coming from a little bit farther away from home and are going to take some extra time to help you find your home away from home on our Western campus. Along with having that connection with your professors, small class sizes lends itself really well to being able to do lots of hands-on learning experiences and not just lectures all the time. We have over 100 different academic programs at Western that our students can choose from, but our most popular ones include business administration, environment and sustainability, recreation, outdoor education, biology, pre-med, elementary education, and exercise and sports science. But we are also growing our mechanical engineering and computer science programs as well. My most popular major for incoming freshmen is undecided, undeclared. So if you do not know what you want to do with the rest of your life yet, or are still wavering between a few different options, that's absolutely okay. We add you to what we call our exploratory program because that's what you get to do. Explore your options, take classes that sound interesting, till you find a homework assignment you want to complete. And then you work with an advisor to figure out how to turn that homework assignment into your next career. Part of the college experience is not just what's happening inside the classroom, but also what you're experiencing outside of the classroom. With that, there are numerous ways to be able to get involved at Western. We have our full athletics programs, including division athletics with NCAA Division II. We also have competitive mountain sports, competitive club sports, and then intramurals for pickup games with basketball and slacklining. We have over 50 different clubs and organizations at Western that are all student started and student led. And any student is able to join any club on campus, regardless of what your major or your background is. This includes our art and music and theater programs. So if you want to go out for the theater, the show, or if you want to go out for one of the choirs, please do. Anyone and everyone is welcome. We are dedicated to the success of our students at Western, so we have a whole bunch of support services available for you to utilize. This includes tutoring, disability services, career services, and academic advisors. But I want to touch base on our EPIC mentors. EPIC stands for Experienced Peers Initiating Connections. These are upperclassmen students who are still students at Western, but are acting as mentors for our incoming freshmen and transfers. Every incoming student at Western is assigned this EPIC mentor for your entire first year, both fall and spring semester that you are on campus. And their whole goal is helping you transition into life at Western and college. As far as an out-of-state education goes, for if you are looking at going out of state and attending specifically a school in Colorado, we are one of your more affordable options. Our total annual cost for an out-of-state student coming to Western, including tuition and fees, room and board, is all coming in at just under $33,000. We also have things that we don't charge for parking or different things that are happening on campus. And we have academic merit scholarships. Every student who applies and is accepted to Western is automatically considered for a merit award based off of your cumulative weighted GPA. As long as you have at least a 3.35 GPA or higher, you will be receiving some scholarship dollars. With that 3.35, it's an $8,000 scholarship, which basically cuts your tuition by almost in half. Not to mention all of the other scholarship opportunities we have that students can apply for after they have been accepted. We want you to come on out and check out Western for yourself so you can get a feel of what Gunnison Valley and our campus is all about. You can schedule your in-person on-campus visit by going to western.edu/visit. But if virtual events are more your style, you can check out what we've got coming up at western.edu/recruitment events. It's super easy to apply to become a Mad Jack Mountaineer at Western. We have our application as well as the Common App. Our application takes about 30 minutes. You're filling it out, sending in your high school transcripts and your college transcripts if you have any of those. Any student with less than a 3.0 GPA, we highly recommend that you submit a personal statement or why Western essay as well. And with that, my contact information is on the screen. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening.
All right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Leah Wiseman. I am an outreach coordinator with John Tyler Community College. I'm going to take the next few minutes to just give you a very high-level overview of what we have to offer, as we are a little bit of a different option. All right, so Tyler at a glance. We do have 2 campus locations, if anyone's familiar with the Richmond area, Midlothian and Chester, both suburbs of the Richmond area. We have about 14,000 students enrolled, which I think on the surface seems like a pretty large number. However, those students are split between the 2 campuses, and then some of our students are also fully online. So we are able to offer a very small average class size of about 15 students. Some of the other presenters this evening have already touched on the benefits of that small class size. But just to reiterate, you're able to get to know your peers, you're able to participate in discussion-based learning in the classroom, hands-on learning in the classroom, but I think most importantly, you're able to develop really close working relationships with your faculty. And your faculty are going to get to know you, get to know your name, get to know your strengths, your weaknesses, your short and long-term goals, and then are really going to be able to serve as mentors to you throughout your time at Tyler and beyond. So when the time comes to transfer to that 4-year institution, your professors are the ones who are going to write you those really awesome letters of recommendation. So definitely in your best interest to have that opportunity to get to know your faculty. We do have over 75 degree programs. I am going to talk more about them here. They are primarily divided into 3 categories. Our technical programs are in those high demand career fields. They're quick to the job, as we like to say. So really designed to get you out in the field and get you working right away. Our transfer programs, this is what I'll focus on, I imagine, at VACRAO College Fair. Most of you are primarily interested in. This is exactly what it sounds like. These programs are designed to transfer. I should mention that the programs on this slide, that's not the entirety of what we have to offer. It's just a small sampling of some of our most popular programs. But with our transfer programs, especially if you're transferring in-state, you can pretty much be guaranteed that you will take all of those credits with you to the 4-year institution. So no wasted time, no wasted money. Beyond those set transfer pathways, we do also offer guaranteed admission agreements. So we partner with over 35 colleges and universities in the state of Virginia. So what that means is you come to us first. You complete your associate's degree, as long as you maintain a certain GPA set forth by that 4-year institution of choice. You are automatically admitted at the end of your roughly usually 2 years at Tyler. So it is a really great option. Our students really enjoy this because they have that confidence and that guarantee. They know exactly where they're going to wind up once they're done at Tyler. So something to consider, especially if you don't exactly know what you want to do. You know, a lot of our students come to us first because they don't want to commit to a major at the 4-year and spend all of that money up front, and then, you know, a year or 2 later, turn around and have to change their major and spend even more money and more time. So you come to us first, you explore different classes, get a feel for what is the right fit, and then declare your major at the 4-year when you transfer on. Support services. So this is a great slide to highlight. We have a lot of the exact same support services that you'll find at the 4-year. We're not just interested in getting you in the door and getting you out the door. We want to make sure you have all of those tools and resources that you need to be successful in college level coursework. So we have the tutoring center, free tutoring in any subject area. Our libraries provide research assistance. You can rent technology through our library. We have career services. So we're going to connect you to internship opportunities, work with you on your resume, your cover letter, practice your interview skills with you. We have career and internship fairs on campus. You can connect with area employers. So all of these things are at your disposal, even at the community college, which is usually unexpected. Student life, again, another surprise for many of our prospective students. Because we're not residential, I think they're under the impression that there's no opportunity to make friends and to have a social life, when in fact, there's ample opportunity. We have plenty of clubs and organizations. We have intramural sports. We have both virtual and on-campus events happening very regularly throughout the semester. So lots of opportunity to get involved. It's no big secret that one of the biggest advantages of starting at the community college is the affordability factor. On average, we're about 1/3 to 1/4 the cost of the public 4-year institution in the state of Virginia. So you can save a lot of money at the front end of your college education and, you know, ultimately earn that exact same bachelor's degree at the end of the day. So of course we accept the FAFSA, we have scholarships, one application and you're considered for over 250 scholarships. We have payment plans. So we do a lot to really help you fund that education. And then my last slide here, how to apply. It's free. It takes most students about 20 minutes, no supplemental materials required. Applying is really your first step, and then we'll walk you through the rest of the enrollment process. But it is as simple as that. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email info@jtcc.edu and I will get back to you. So with that, I will hand it off.
Perfect. Awesome job, everyone. You guys are absolute rock stars at these. That brings us to the end of our presentations. And it looks like we have about 5-6 minutes left in our time together. So I'm going to ask everyone, all of our reps, to please come back on camera. We'll do one Q&A question to kind of wrap up our last few minutes. And we'll just answer in the same order that everyone presented in, just to make it easier. So our one Q&A question: what is one piece of advice that you would give to someone going through the college search process?
Thank you. So I just have a very simple advice, which is to follow some universities of your interest on social media and take advantage of some virtual tools they offer. I believe that nowadays most schools have very strong presence on social media and offer great virtual experience. It is the chance for you to see the campus live and imagine yourself studying there, especially for the schools that you can't visit in person, like our school in Japan. And I think it will help you a lot to make the decision better. Thank you.
Nathan, you're muted.
Yep, thank you. Got it. Perfect. One quick piece of advice I always recommend. I was a high school college counselor before Kettering, and so part of this bleeds into that piece of advice, or this piece of advice I'm going to share. It's important to stay organized in your college search process. In this day and age, you're applying to maybe a few more schools because of the convenience of like the Common App and other things. So one way I encourage students to help them stay organized is to create a new clean email address to use for college applications. So it's really important that you get the emails from the schools you apply and hear from representatives like us from the schools you're interested in. So, you get a lot of emails and none of them from colleges are junk emails, hopefully, but yeah. Create a clean email address for your application so you can stay organized and not lose any important information from the schools you are most serious about. So that's what I have.
So I would say for mine, start the finances conversation early, especially with, other schools. And academic fit is so important in this college search, but financial fit is equally as important. So start that finances conversation with your family early, with the admission reps at your school, and make sure that the colleges you're falling in love with are going to be within a good price point for your family as well. And it's always better to start that process early rather than when tuition charges are due. So just start that conversation early, be really proactive about that scholarship, financial aid, knowing the cost of attendance of whatever universities you are looking at.
I'll tell everyone all the time, just connect with your admission counselor. I mean, we truly want to make your life a lot easier through this process, especially once you become a senior. There's a lot of balance there. So if you have your top schools and you don't know who your admission counselor is, try to find them, email, call, text, whatever works. And that way we can help make sure we take good care of you through the process.
Absolutely second everything my colleagues have said. Another piece of advice I'll throw out there is, if at all possible, try and visit those top campuses that you are thinking of in person. There is just something different that happens on an in-person campus visit versus the virtual world that can really give you a gut feeling that says, yes, this is where I'm supposed to be, or even on the other side of, actually, this isn't quite what I thought it was. And listening to those experiences as you go. If you're not able to make it in person, at least trying to have a phone conversation or a live chat with current students or someone else on those campuses to get that additional feel of what it's like.
So all great advice so far. So I don't know how much I can contribute, but I will say, I've worked at a few different types of institutions. I've worked at liberal arts college and admissions. I've worked at a highly selective private university here in Virginia. I now work at a community college. One thing I've noticed that can sometimes happen is students latch on to one school really early in the process. And they kind of put blinders on, and then they ignore all of the other really amazing possibilities that exist out there. I don't really believe that there's a soulmate institution for every individual out there. I think absolutely any college or university can feel like home if you have the right mentality and attitude about it. I was one of those individuals myself. I was like wanting to go to NYU. I was from Florida. My parents said absolutely not. So I had to go to a school in Florida, but I ended up throughout that process, it wasn't my first choice on paper, but I realized that I ended up exactly where I was meant to be. So just stay open-minded. Don't close off any doors too early in the process. That would be my biggest piece of advice.
Those are all awesome. Absolutely awesome. Great job, everyone. I'll pull up my last slide here for everyone to close up our session together. Thank you once again to everyone, students, attendees, and especially our college reps for joining us for this event. Students and attendees, when you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick, very quick 5-question survey. Any feedback that you're willing to provide us, we would greatly appreciate. This is the last session for this evening. However, there are, I believe, 3 rounds of sessions tomorrow evening as well. So please be sure to check the schedule, sign up for anything that you're interested in. We'd love to see you again tomorrow night. And last but not least, you will find the recording from this session as well as all other session recordings at strivescan.com/Virginia. And that brings the end of our time together. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day.